Hi guys, Esther here, and thank you for tuning to my channel. Welcome to new viewers. And as always, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to mention, to like it, and to subscribe. I really appreciate it. A couple very important things coming this week. And I was really battling to create this video or not, because I'm not, usually I don't give any bad news, and it's not such a thing as a bad news, but there's a couple things we need to be aware what's going to happen this week. And it's the seed already been start on the solar eclipse on April 20th, and I can explain to you how it's connected to. If you recall, maybe on April 20th we had really important total solar eclipse, and at the time the total solar eclipse was really involved with Pluto, and the Pluto was being activated by the solar eclipse, and we basically were waiting for this particular week, for this moment when the seat will be more activated, because the Jupiter, we here, what I did, I actually put on May 21st Sunday. Let me come back to 17. We will go together, you will see what's going to happening. So on 17, let's look at Jupiter, let's observe sky together, because it's really important for us really to connect to the sky, to understand what's happening, how the astrological bodies communicate with each other. And therefore we as with not just human being who've been affected by cosmic event, we are walking gods by transforming ourselves, by understanding how the atom works, how we can control matter with our consciousness. Therefore, this is how we will be able to control sky and move the stars according to what we need, and not to be influenced, enslaved on the cosmic events. So this is really important for me to mention. Another thing I want to tell you guys, by end of this video, I'm going to end this video with my amazing teacher, Kabbalist, righteous soul, Rav Berg. He's going to give us a couple words about the consciousness and importance for us to really to stay focused in order to help this world and to help our own personal transformation, our ancestors' lineage, which is extremely important as well. So on May 17, we're going to have a square, Jupiter going to square with Pluto. And look what's happening here. It's not just square Jupiter at the moment of square with Pluto, going to be with quite a big company here. We are talking about Rahu, and Rahu play big influence as well. He's the he's, so to say, when you eat certain food and he's create inflammation in your body. So this is what Rahu basically, in a nutshell, he's going to create additional inflammation here. We have a moon which is provide a little bit more sensitivity, and don't forget, moon does not like to be in areas in the air sign, in the fire sign, where there's the less sensitivity and less tact in that sense. And moon all about sensitivity, all about tact, all about to take very cautious steps and areas completely in the opposite. So we're all going to start to feel from 17 this urge, intense energy inside of us. Then something gonna happen, we're not sure yet, because so much happened already around the world, right? But really we need to understand something, a measure, because what's happening right now, it's going to change so many things. It's going to change our political structure system. It's going to change our banking system, because Pluto with square Jupiter, they're going to expand, and Jupiter going to provide, even though Jupiter, it's one of the most beneficial as a cosmic body we have in the sky, in this sense, because Jupiter, you can see, he's in a transition, plus he's with Rahu, plus we have a moon here, and it's all this combination. It's a combination of conflicted energy. And then I'm going to move forward a little bit. On 18 we're going, and then we're going to 19, which is 19 is going to be even more important day, because we're going to have almost perfect opposition of Mars and Pluto. And those of you who really understand astrology, Pluto opposition with Mars, It's create really a force of energy where whatever we're sitting and behind the scene in cooking will be exposed. You understand? There's a lot of changes coming. We're not coming back on so many levels. We need to be prepared how to adapt, and not just to adapt, how happily live in this a new amazing dynamic where everything so raw, so revealed, there's no places to hide, especially for politicians, because political arena is going to be so many changes there. We literally, this is going to be the year where we're going to change, we're going to see so many changes in so many countries. We need to, I just want to quickly to refresh our memory about the Pluto. Okay, what is really Pluto? For Pluto, takes approximately 248 years, 248 years to travel 360 degrees in zodiac system for 12 signs. You understand? So Pluto is the most slow planet in our closer is an outer planet in our solar system, right? So when Pluto retrogrades every year for about 6 months, so during the retrogradation period, Pluto make 3 or 5 constant, poking to your own natal chart, okay? And the Pluto, what is Pluto? Pluto is about transformation, birth, death, like a rebirth again. This is why it's one of the planets which is represent Scorpio, about total transformation, about change, empowering, the power, intensity of power inside, the illusion of the power. You understand? It's obsessive energy, is the profound, deep of long-lasting understanding of real spirituality from the intense energy, life and death. Really, really, and you can imagine now we have a Pluto here and we have a Jupiter. And what is Jupiter? Jupiter is a tzedek, beneficial planet. It's expansive, it's optimistic, it's overconfident. It's giving us, you know, different desire for long trips, adventure, desire to understand our children, philosophy, to be even philosophical with our own children. This is how, according to Jupiter as well, you can see what kind of parent you are. For women, it represents male energy in the chart, but for any parent, it represents as well what kind of parent you are. And it's represent religious dash, I would say spirituality, and then dash religious, which is religiosity will eventually not going to exist. It represent prosperity, so many things. When it's square, it's challenge. It's really challenging for Jupiter to be squared by Pluto, because Pluto still very smart and very with the darkness. And Jupiter understand the role of Pluto. He understand that now, because he's been squared by Pluto, they have no choice. This kind of interaction, marriage, need to bring something completely new to the table for the age of Aquarius. This is really what age of Aquarius in a nutshell. You understand, guys? What is age of Aquarius? Age of Aquarius, when we really start to understand mind over matter, then the thoughts create reality. Then we are very powerful. We actually create what's happening around us. But for us to understand how to create what we create around us, we need to understand that at the same time, everything concealed. A lot of things not revealed to us. Whatever we see in our limited perspective, it's so limited, then we sometimes our own enemy, our own worst enemy, because we are creating movies in our head from we're looking at the illusionary reality. We create additional movies inside of our head, and this is where the issues comes. We cannot really have a peace within. So this is why it's really important to use the tools of prayers, meditation, to help our soul, not even our soul, to help our body to communicate with our soul, with our higher self. You understand? Because we really here came to have total alignment with our higher self. And it's, I know it's been so already been used by so many people, the higher self. When we mention higher self, what is really higher self? It's when you really start to use your prayers, your meditation, your present moment, your focus, You so connect with your intuition, you so connect with your physical body that in your energy, then you start to receive messages. You almost like inside of the stream of light, and whatever's happened outside chaos, it's not affecting you because you got to the stream. You know how to live, and it's not, you don't have to be care what's happening around you, of course, because you affect the world outside you, and world outside affecting you. But while you see what's happened, you understand different picture, you completely connect to a different reality. And what the Kabbalists teaching us, they really teaching us, we've been all waiting for this particular moment in history in order for us finally to really understand what is to be created within us, how powerful we are. Now, what's happened? You need to open your chart and just look at your chart. Look what is your Mars, especially in the transit. I made a video for 12 signs, and remember, Mars in your chart, in our chart, it represents our physical body as well. According to the Mars, I can say a lot of things. What's happening in your physical level, what challenges you made your body can be perceived more, and especially when Mars in Cancer, he even more can be activated because the moon, it's another activation of inflammation as well. So when Mars together with moon, they can trigger a lot of health issues. This is why it will, another thing will be required from us, what we eat, what food represent for us. Do we pray? Do we bless our food, or we just eat without really understanding the real energy we're supposed to get from food? And I'm going to make another video on prayers, how to bless food. And I do recommend for you guys to keep watching my other two videos. I always post under my under the comments, under my each video. You can see the 42 portals, the Anabekor, and as well the morning prayers. Do not underestimate of the prayers, and don't underestimate the power of the prayer, because the power of the prayer is one of the most important portal you create with the creation. Because when you pray, and just it's not about just pronounce the correctly words, which is very important. It's the intention. We say in Hebrew kavanot. It's really, what is your intention when you pray? And there's a small letters as well we have before each prayer, which is the angels. Another thing, it's really important for us to connect. It's an endless process. We came to the world, to this world, really to become creator, to become like God. And for us, to one of the most amazing tools the creation provided for us is the prayers, Torah, Zohar, book of Zohar, extremely important to have at home, extremely important. Nowadays, if you do have at home book of Zohar, this particular week, especially starts from tomorrow. First of all, never leave without the small Pinchas, like small book of Zohar we have. You can always purchase at Kabbalah.com. But the most important, make sure you scan and connect to Zohar every day in order for your soul to be even more open to communicate with you. Because what has happened, if you understand the power of Hebrew alphabet and you understand the whole creation, everything, all the atoms being created with Hebrew alphabet, you'll understand how powerful the book of Zohar, because it's one of the only books. There's only few books was written in Aramaic, and this book has a tremendous energy, or makif, surround light of protection. And I'm not coming from place of religious at all. This is the most powerful spiritual tools was provided to us. You don't need to be Jewish or practice even you don't if you don't practice Kabbalah. I understand it's something, not even this tremendous window wisdom, not for everyone. But to have book of Zohar, it's absolutely must. It actually says, many ancients said, we're going to come in time of age of Aquarius, then almost every family, every house will have book of Zohar, because they will understand the level of protection, divine inspiration can come from such important tools, tremendous tools. And our eyes, it's window to our soul. This is how it's important. Another thing I want to for us to mention as well about the financial system, why big changes coming as well. Look at the Venus. Venus in Gemini, she's a little bit here out of control, even though she actually connecting to energy of Cyrus. She's almost in a Cyrus domain right now. And you know, Cyrus is one of the most spiritual and the biggest, brightest star we have in the solar system. It's even brighter, really, more than the sun. So is the biggest really in our solar system. So Venus there, she has a lot of ego, and as well because she's in the Gemini right now, she's really open for many different advices, you know, advice from here, advice from here. So she's not really stable. And because of all this combination of we have Jupiter with Ketu, with Rahu, and we have actually Mercury not far. I'm going to show you with the arrow, okay? And then we have Pluto, and then we have in opposition Mars, which is they both have a double square. So we have a square now from Mars to Jupiter to Pluto, and Pluto and Mars opposite each other, while, you know, Venus not in the most, you know, stable position right now. So all of that, it's a very, very important moment because of the Pluto. He's going to definitely activate a lot of things on a government level, on a bigger picture, because Pluto, it's all about much, much bigger scale. You know, and by the way, Pluto represent wealth. It represent really how to be not just wealthy, like really rich, wealthy, you know. And many times, when you have a really specific combination Pluto in your chart, and it's helping you to even get wealth not from most kosher place. So this is why you need to know how to work with Pluto. And we don't forget about Ketu, right? Because the Ketu in opposition, we have opposition Ketu as well. So Ketu going to create the limitation of our desires on this particular moment, to almost like to push yourself and to get like a second breathing system. You know, when you run and you feel you can't breathe anymore, you want to stop, and then suddenly you realize, no, I still can. I need to activate my second set of breathing. So this is what it will require of us. On my video I made for 12 signs in Mars, I this is really important video for you guys. Definitely recommend for you to watch, because all of us will require to even understand what is the food represent for us. We need to eat much less. The food needs to really nourish and serve us. And because in what money we invest, in what we invest, in what kind of food and what kind of product, how much clothes we buy, do we really need so much? Everything we really need to evaluate. If you're not done yet by now, this is really good time to really look at your home and see why you need so many things, what the clutter you want to really rid of it, what things you can just donate, and you know how you can really the unclutter and clean your environment, even the environment with your friends, with people who you surround. If you surround by people who don't care about spirituality, it's going to be really, really hard for you to make it. I will be you know, brutally honest with you. uh, you know, when we have a family, it's one thing, but when you close environment, your friends really don't want to grow spiritually, eventually light will creator will provide you, so to say, the atmosphere, and will provide you environment when you will need to lose certain circle of friends because it's not serving your spiritual growth. Or you can do on your own in very merciful and nice way, whatever it's possible. But you know, spirituality, it's not always about to be nice. Spirituality, it's about end of the day, you came here to do your job, and it's not necessary to be liked by many people. You understand? Because real spirituality, you need to go through certain struggles and rejection in order really to earn your place under the sun, so to say, and in your own spiritual realm. It's really important, okay? And what else I wanted to tell you guys? Another thing, Pluto, because Pluto in 6th degree in Capricorn. 6th degree in Capricorn, it's not the most positive degree in the solar system. It's you can see it's actually touching Sagittarius. because we're talking about direct sky, even though it's in the house of Capricorn, it's still touching a lot of areas of the bat of horse of Aries, of Sagittarius. My apology. Sorry, my apology, guys. It's Mercury retrograde, my rising Gemini. Every time with Mercury retrograde, I'm like, "Ugh." I'm trying to find sometimes the words. It's not necessary just to know, it's, to introduce the knowledge and information is whole other ball of game. So, what I want us to conclude with, guys, I'm not here to scare us, but it's going to be it's going to be difficult time right now for humanity, especially for people who are far away of understanding what is really spirituality, how it's important to care for other people, why it's so important to transform yourself, how it's important every day to have the personal conversation with yourself. We call it badidut, to have the meditation connection conversation with the creator. So beside your prayers, when you do meditation, definitely I recommend to have at least 10-15 minutes conversation with the creation. It's called Itbadidut. It's really, really important. The Tzaddikim ancients did few times a day. This is how you create this channel. This is how you connect. You will be surprised and shocked. Is more consistent you're going to be with your meditation prayers and the conversation with the creation, with the creator. You can start to receive messages then you never thought it's even possible. I personally know people who was most skeptical people in the world, and when they start to literally practice basic tools, they couldn't believe how they start to see and understand things and how they start to see themselves and feel themselves. Okay, so I wish you guys all the best. Many blessings. Looking forward always to interact with you. One thing, don't forget to scan 72 names of God before you leave your home. Don't forget to scan the angels of the day before you leave home. Okay, very important. And 72 names of God. You can watch my video as well, one of my last videos, and you can always do screenshot, have on your cell phone, and always scan from right to left, because this is a combination, three combination of Hebrew alphabet. Each of them is angel and force of energy for specific, for specific direction you want to overcome whatever you're going through in your life. Okay, all the best. Bye-bye.
משום שיש באדם רמ"ח איברים כנגד רמ"ח מצוות שבתורה, שהם נתנו להיעשות כנגד רמ"ח מלאכים שנתלבשה בהם השכינה, ושמם כשם ריבונם. And now he's saying this to the extent that there, according to the Talmud and the Kabbalah, how many limbs are there? Now I don't know the correct word, because some may not understand it, but let's say I'm talking about this finger. You see this finger? It has three. 1, 2, 3, okay? And so we'll say it's joints, if everybody understands that as joints, okay? There are 248 sections of these in the body. 248, not 249, not 247. And therefore there are 248 mitzvot, commandments, but these are only vehicles by which we can strengthen each and every intelligence of each and every single one. That's why we recite the Kriyat Shema, which is supposed to be a very important prayer. The Kriyat Shema, the reading of the prayer of Shema Yisrael. What makes it so important? Because it's for me it's important, not that I proclaim Hashem is only one. Wow! This makes it the greatest prayer in the world. Why? Because I declare Hashem is one. Nothing to do with that. Again, a corruption. It is a device through this cosmic code called the Torah that provides me with 248 words, that these 248 words, each one of them connect with a particular limb in the body, and so I can infuse it in case through my negative activity I've diminished the strength, I'm drained, I'm tired and all this. I want to get a recharge. How do you get a recharge? Only a battery? What about an individual? How can he? The Kriyat Shema is so vital because it gives me that recharge. That's the reason for reading the Kriyat Shema. But you've also got to concentrate with the meditation. You've got to know that this is the purpose, or not. You've dialed, picked up the receiver, and you're not talking. You're using something and not taking advantage of it. All right? So the Zohar says that that's why there are 248 to constantly rejuvenate this internal essence of the 248 limbs.